right, Shorty. You're packing the equalizer. Let's see how much of a man you are when you've got a gun.
Start for yours.
You're slow, Ringgold.
Did he draw that quick?
Seems like he did, Johnny. He was putting his gun back in the holster before I saw his hand move.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien. It is estimated that Wyatt Earp took part in more than 100 gunfights during his career as a Western Marshal. He was fast because he had to be, but he shot only in line of duty, and he always tried to disable his man rather than kill him. Marshal Earp had no relish for gunfighting, and he scorned the drink-crazed amateurs or criminal psychopaths who gloried in shooting it out with Colt 45s. They made his job as Marshal of Dodge City the most dangerous on the frontier. Thus, when Wyatt met up with Guns McCallum, he thought he knew just what kind of trouble was heading his way.
All right, free beer, everybody drinks on Jim Kelly. Step right up and get him, fellas. Everybody drinks, belly up, fellas. And then I want you all to come right on inside. I've got everything in the line of hardware. And a fine collection of guns. Don't forget that.
Call me a circus man. Turn me loose. I'll fight that fella. I'll go back in there.
No, you're not. Come on. He's too big for you. Kelly!
Kelly! McCallum, in trouble already. Bring him into the store. Come on. Was he picking a fight?
Yeah, with a cowhand that weighed 100 pounds more than he did.
That's all I need. My gunsmith in jail on opening day. Well, all right, fellas, just finish your beer and the store will be open in a minute. Now, you promised me no fight. Now, what is this?
The man called me a circus midget. I don't take that from anybody.
Now, hush now. It's no disgrace being a trifle undersized. I'm not so big myself. Now, Wyatt, if it'll help his case any, McCallum's from your old hometown of Monmouth, Illinois.
Monmouth, huh?
I don't ask no favors on that account.
Oh, McCallum. Say, aren't you the same McCallum that fought in the war with my brother Jim? They called you Guns.
That's right.
He was a sergeant with the Warren County Blues.
I don't ask no favors on that account either. What's the fine?
Well, I'll tell you, there's no fine, Mr. McCallum. You're needed outside. You and I have a little talk.
Fine. He was the best gunsmith in Kansas City.
Or anywhere else.
See there, Wyatt? Big-headed and feisty. Now see if you can talk some sense into his head.
Your granddad, Judge Earp, tried that. How is the judge these days, anyhow?
Well, he's feeling pretty chipped, last I heard.
I warned Mr. Kelly when he hired me in Kansas City. I don't take no lip from anyone. If a man's too big for me to whip with my fist, I got the equalizer.
Oh, Remington, huh? You mind if I take a look at it?
No. I think it's a better gun than that thing you carry.
Well, they're both fine guns, but you're welcome to your opinion. Say, you got this all ticked up like a Swiss watch. Yeah, and you got your grips counterweighted, too, huh?
That's right. And that way it ain't barrel heavy. Where'd you get that cannon?
Well, that's a special gun that Mr. Ned Buntline had made up by the Colt people. It's very fine for long-range shooting.
Well, I don't want to hurt your feelings since you're an Earp from Monmouth, but if I were you, I'd get an open front holster.
What's that?
It's my own design. I ain't got it patented yet.
You're right, Mr. McCallum. Don't trust anybody. Well, say, how are things back at the college?
Monmouth College?
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't your folks write you?
Not lately.
Oh, well, the judge put your younger brother, Morg, in there. Study law.
Morg?
Sure.
When was that?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Cousin Joe Curtis, he wrote me about, 10 days ago. And he said that Willie
The
Russo...
store's open. Come in, one and all. Everything in the line of hardware and a special gun department presided over by Mr. McCallum. Oh, where is that fellow?
He must have ducked out. You got a nice place here, Mr. Kelly. Good luck to you.
Yeah, well, what's the hurry, Wyatt? Stick around. Let me show you around.
Where's that cowhand called me a midget?
Ease off, half pint.
Where is he?
Right here, you little squirt.
Drop that gun.
Hold it! Give me that.
Was it a fair play?
Yeah. Nosey fired and missed. Half point was slow, but he didn't miss.
Who you calling slow?
Never mind. I'm gonna have a little talk with you. Couple of you men pick him up, take him over and get him patched up. It's not just that you're from Monmouth, it's, well, you're working for Jim Kelly, and he's a good friend of mine. Look, Mr. Kelly is trying to make a new starter after losing Miss Dora. Did he tell you about her?
No, he didn't.
Well, Miss Dora was killed by a hoodlum from Texas the night before the wedding. Broke Kelly's heart.
I'm sorry, but I don't...
I'm not asking you to be sorry. I'm just asking you to quit thinking like you do. This equalizer thing.
What's the matter with that?
It'll get you killed. That's what's wrong with it.
Why do you say that?
Because there is no such thing as an equalizer. Now, you think packing a gun like that is going to even things up?
It sure will.
No, it won't. Men are no more equal in their speed with a gun than they are with muscle and fist-fighting ability.
I took that big cowhand, didn't I?
You think you're fast. Well, let's see how really fast you are.
All right. Go ahead, draw.
No, I'll wait for you.
I don't claim to be as fast as you are.
You're not fast at all, Mr. McCallum. I wasn't even trying to hustle.
I'm as fast as the average man.
Well, that's not fast enough. The way you pick fights, you're not always going to pick the average man, not here in Dodge, anyway.
I got a few tricks. I can speed up my draw. Please, Marshal. Is it all right if I leave?
Look, will you just do me one favor? Next time a man says something to you about your size, will you come talk to me first? Tell me about it before you go for your gun?
Why?
Because Mr. Kelly needs you. He can't run a gun shop without a gunsmith.
And I'm supposed to take anything off of these drunks just to please Mr. Kelly? No, thanks.
Well, that about does it, Gordon.
Yes, sir. Good night, Mr. Kelly.
Good night.
Evening, Marshal.
Evening. Mr. Kelly, just got your message. Something wrong?
I got something. Guns left it for you. Too bashful to give it to you himself.
Something new, huh? Say, Mr. McCallum's got a good idea here. He should patent it.
Is it really faster?
Oh, yeah, it would be if a fella got used to the new motion.
Guns made 2 of them.
2? Why?
He's gonna use the other one himself. Now, what am I gonna do about that fella, Wyatt? I hate to lose a good gunsmith, but I can't have him going around picking fights.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wrote to my grandfather in Monmouth. He and Jim should know all about the fella. You know, maybe something happened to him back there that set him off on the wrong track.
You mean this equalizer notion?
Yeah. You know, I sure wish that Mr. Tom Jefferson had made it a little plainer when he wrote all men are created equal.
How you mean?
Well, all men are equal in the good Lord's sight. But they sure ain't equal the way this world looks at them.
That's right. But how are we going to convince Guns McCallum?
I don't know yet.
It's like a curse was on me. He fixed 3 pistols and 2 rifles this afternoon. He's a genius.
Marshal!
But he's got the...
Marshal! They need you at the Alamo Saloon.
McCallum again?
Yes, sir. Just shot another cowhand.
You stay here.
Was Guns hurt?
I don't know.
He hit bad? No, the little shrimp got him in the leg.
All right, what happened this time?
Tex punched Shorty, and they both went to the rack for their guns.
I was faster. I used my quick draw rig.
Let's go to jail. Come on.
What? It was a fair fight. Ask any of them.
Shut up!
I can keep you in jail for 24 hours at my own discretion. Come on.
Thanks, sir.
Can't you let him out in time for work in the morning?
Nope. Not until he promises not to wear a gun.
Sure, and get my nose busted by one of Texas' friends? The marshal's a 6-footer. The boys tell me he's real handy with his fists. He doesn't understand my problem.
Well, you can't fight the whole world, Guns.
You can't even fight Front Street here in Dodge. And you're still slow, even with that trick holster.
With this, I'm as fast as you are. Kelly, I've got the real equalizer now. When he says draw, we draw, right?
Right.
Draw.
How could any man be that fast?
Well, I tell you, Mr. McCallum, I was hustling a little bit that time. But I think you got a good idea there with that holster, and I want to thank you very much for the one you gave to me.
I gotta think of something faster.
No, just stop being a fool.
Don't call me a fool.
Well, you're not big enough for fisting men, and you're not quick enough to gun them. But what does that matter? You're a great gunsmith. Isn't that enough? Wyatt, tell him what you told me about all men being equal only in the sight of the Lord.
Well, he knows that. Just won't accept it.
It ain't fair to be born both slow and small.
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. McCallum, in my humble opinion, the good Lord isn't interested in fist fighting and gunfighting. He wants a man to be big inside.
Well,
you see, fighting's kind of like making more money than you need. They're both mighty low occupations. You can tell what the Lord thinks about them. Fighter's flesh goes to feed the worms, and money often goes to worthless heirs.
I never heard a priest or a preacher sum it up so good. Now, come on, Guns. Admit you've been wrong and promise Wyatt to quit this tomfoolery. He's got a whole bench full of work waiting for him in the morning.
all right, Marshal. I give you my word. I won't get in any more trouble.
Good. You're released.
I'll be giving a thanks offering to both churches in town.
Quick one.
Yes, sir, Mr. Ringgold. Haven't seen you around town much.
You got a church deacon for a marshal. A man would be a fool to come to Dodge for a good time. Uncle Dave still fixing guns?
No, he sold out to Jim Kelly.
I knew it. 30 miles of hard riding and no gunsmith in this miserable cow town.
Well, Kelly got a gunsmith. Shot him at McCallum.
Any good?
Kelly swears by him, but he's quick-tempered, Mr. Ringgold.
I don't care about his temper. Just so he can put a new trigger spring in a Colt.
Oh, he can do that, I reckon.
Howdy. You must be Mrs. McCallum.
Yes. You must be Marshal Earp.
Yeah, that's right, ma'am. What's your step there?
Thank you. Your grandfather wired me in Kansas City. Is Perry... Is my husband still here?
Yes, but I think we'd better have a little talk first over at the hotel.
He isn't in any trouble.
No, ma'am.
Thank goodness. Or maybe I should say thank the whole Earp family.
Well, Monmouth people are our folks. We'll have a lot to talk about. Are these your grips?
Yes.
Yeah. Hotel's right over that way, ma'am.
Oh, excuse me. Aren't you Johnny Ringgold from down in San Antone?
That's right.
Well, I'm Jim Kelly.
Howdy.
You can trust Mr. McCallum to fix you up. He's one of the best.
That's good to know. I can throw some trade his way.
Fine.
It's just the trigger spring, ain't it?
Mostly. But you've been fanning this.
Yeah, we horse around with tin cans.
This gun won't take fanning, mister. Look. It shaves some lead from the bullets.
Yeah.
You may need a new ratchet and a new cylinder.
How long will that take?
A couple hours.
All right. Much obliged, Shorty.
Wait a minute. You sprung the ejector rod casing.
Anything else?
Yeah. You've been firing hand loads in this.
Occasionally, why?
Well, you fired a hand squid. It stuck in a barrel. You fired another one right on top of it. Look. Feel that bulge?
You trying to promote me for a new barrel?
Take it to another gunsmith.
Just like that, huh? Fix it, Shorty. I don't care if it costs more than you, and I'm used to this gun, so you fix it.
I don't think I want to work on your gun, Mr. Ringgold.
Why, you little sawed-off runt. I said fix it!
Mr. Ringgold, McCallum. Now, what's the trouble here?
He says he won't fix my gun.
Trouble? Again? Well, just leave the gun, Mr. Ringgold. You'll get to work on it right away.
He'd better. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Have it ready.
That's Johnny Ringgold. He's a killer. You trying to commit suicide? I ain't afraid of him. I gave you and Earp my word. I'll try and fix it.
Now, that's acting sensible.
And we just never had a peaceful day. It's not my fault I'm bigger than he is. Not that I ever cared about size or what people say. But I knew he was sensitive about it. Maybe he should have married a small woman. But I love him, and here I am.
Well, did you leave Mr. McCallum, or did he leave you?
I left him.
Now you want him back?
Yes. I traced him to Kansas City, and I wrote Judge Earp. That's how he was able to wire me about his being here in Dodge City. Do you think we can make it up?
Well, he's got a lot of pride. Too much pride. He's already wounded 2 men in gunfights.
Kind of me, I guess.
Why do you say that?
My refusal to understand his grudge against life.
You know, Grandpa Earp used to tell us boys that the unfairness of life was just one more good reason for believing in God. Would all be evened up in his own good time. Look, I think I better talk to Mr. McCallum. He'll know it was a put-up job, your being here. And I want him to blame me, not you.
Thank you, Mr. Earp. I'll wait here and hope.
Back room. Got a rush job, why?
Well, I won't take too long.
Marshal?
I, got some news for you.
What?
Your wife's in town.
Oh?
Yeah, I sent a wire to my grandfather in Monmouth. He got a message to her. I guess she can bawl me out for meddling.
Why'd she come?
She wants to kiss and make up. Well, that is, if you're willing.
I'll have to think it over.
Well, she expects that. She's waiting for you over at the Dodge Hotel.
She feels sorry for me, huh?
No, she doesn't. Why should anybody feel sorry for you? You're enjoying good health, aren't you? You got a job with one of the real men here in town. No. The only one that pities you is you. I'll see you later.
What? McCallum almost had a fight with Johnny Ringgold.
Oh, no, not him. Fast gun and a good time.
But Guns remembered his promise. He calmed down and agreed to work on Ringgold's 45.
Good for him. Thought I was going to have to arrest Mr. Ringgold.
Oh, no. Now, you be polite to Johnny. He can send me a lot of customers.
If you'll be polite to me.
Guns, you finished it?
Yeah, all except the barrel.
Why not the barrel?
Factory didn't send any 5.5-inch barrels. Anyway, I couldn't put in a new barrel in less than half a day.
Well, we'll explain to Johnny that...
You explain to Johnny. I'm going to meet someone at the hotel.
Now...
If I stay here, I'll get in a fight with Ringgold. Is that what you want?
No. I'll handle it.
Hello, Martha.
Hello, Perry.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. Well?
I never lied to you, Martha. I want us back together again.
So do I. Very much.
But you've got to hear the rest of it. I walked away from a fight just now.
You must have had your reasons.
With a gunfighter named John Ringgold. I left Mr. Kelly to argue with him.
Mr. Kelly, he won't get hurt.
I don't know. But Marshal Earp says I should quit fighting. What do you say, Martha?
With fists and guns, yes. But deep inside you, never stop fighting. Not for yourself, or me, or anyone that the world tries to bully.
All right, Martha. Let's leave this town.
And don't think you can make excuses for Shorty. I told him to have the gun ready when I came for it.
I told you. He couldn't. The factory didn't send
How
it.
do you know? Shorty could have a dozen barrels stashed away.
No, Mr. Ringgold.
Save your breath. I've got another gun that works real good. Where can I find Shorty?
I don't know. You see...
Never mind. I'll find him.
Gordon, go tell Wyatt the Ringgold's looking for McCallum.
Yes, sir.
Oh, here they come now, Perry. Will you relax?
Wait here, Mother.
Perry,
He wasn't so little, I'd...
Stop that! Keep out of this, Martha! It's only fair to warn you, Ringgold, I've got a gun.
Oh, you have? Well, draw it. I'm waiting, little man.
Start for yours.
All right.
Perry, are you hurt?
No!
Is that your gun?
No, sir, it's his.
He try and draw on you?
He most certainly did. He slapped Perry's face. Perry warned him he was armed, but he started to draw his pistol from his belt. Perry shot first, but it was in self-defense.
All right, some of you men pick him up, take him over to the dock. Rest of you men, break it up. Go on, break it up. You used a hidden gun, huh?
Yes, sir. A new rig of mine.
You think this makes you equal to him as a gunfighter, huh?
No, sir. Just tricky.
Well, Mr. McCallum, I'm going to have to keep you in jail for a while.
Jail? Why should he go to jail?
Because Ringgold's got at least 12 friends in this town. He can't kill them all.
But Perry only shot him.
Martha. He's doing this for my own protection. Don't argue with Marshal Earp.
All right. Just as you say. But it isn't fair. Why do these things always happen to us?
Well, ma'am, that's about the way things usually turn out. Could have been worse. This string might not have worked. You'd have been a widow.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country, he made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
A lot of historical nonsense has been written about the friendship between Wyatt Earp and Dr. John H. Holliday. Doc has been called everything from a horse thief to a bloody-minded killer. Many people criticized Wyatt Earp for associating with Doc Holliday, but none of them knew how this friendship began.
Doc Holliday runs a big money card game. He's got a sign that says for fighters to keep out. So don't come crying to me. If you got a beef, take it up with Doc Holliday. Well, then don't go making remarks about Doc. You ain't been in good humor lately. Good heavens, not Wyatt Earp. Put her there.
Howdy, Mr. Shancy.
I ain't seen you since the 4th of July, '68 in old Cheyenne.
Come on, but you didn't see me. You were too busy looking at Mike Donovan's fists.
I can still feel them.
Well, he was a little too young for you and too fast, but you put up a mighty good fight. Oh, sir, there never came any braver in the fight ring than old John Shancy.
Well, thanks, Wyatt. Have a drink?
No.
Say, you didn't look me up after all these years just to spread molasses. You want something.
You know, you're right. Yeah, I'm looking for a Dave Rudabaugh or any of his crowd. They've been robbing Santa Fe payrolls. Pat Masterson took a posse down into Texas after him, but I got word that some of Rudabaugh's men visit your camp occasionally.
Well, none that I know of for certain, Wyatt.
Oh. I heard you mention a Doc Holliday to that cattleman. By any chance you mean Dr. John H. Holliday from Valdosta, Georgia?
Let's do ourselves a favor, Wyatt. Leave Doc out of this.
The Santa Fe detectives told me that Doc Holliday had a little row with one of Rudabaugh's boys in Dallas.
Well, Doc has rows with lots of people. That don't mean he talked to you.
Any harm in asking him?
He ain't been feeling well. His touch is a rattler with a sore fang. I'll tell you what. Now, my barkeep over in the tavern knows one of the men you're after, Mike Rourke.
Thanks.
Mike is a chief gun for Rudabaugh. Now, why don't you pretend to the barkeep that you want to send Mike a friendly tip? Anything to start him talking, understand?
What's your barkeep's name?
Tim Riley.
Tim Riley. Well, I'll tell him that my name is Seamus McEarp.
Will I be after seeing you, Seamus?
That you will.
There's a lawman in camp. He's heading this way.
He wouldn't be after you now, would he, Grimes?
He better not be. I need that shotgun, Riley.
All right. Take it.
Medicine, Riley. Medicine.
Oh, sure. Sure, Doc.
Tim Riley?
I am.
Wonder if you could get a message to Mike for me.
Mike who?
Mike Rourke. He's a friend of mine. He did it.
Open him. Quick. Turn around. Get his eyes, Riley. You're no friend of Mike's. You want time to pray, you want it quick.
Hey, Skunky.
What?
You're Skunky Grimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You owe me $50.
Oh, that's right, Doc. You lost so much weight I didn't...
Hey, you! Hit the floor!
About 50.
Your gun, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, I should be thanking you, Dr. Holliday. You pulled me out of a kind of tight spot.
You can't be a former patient of mine.
No, sir.
I thought not. My patients hate me.
Here's your guns, mister. And I'd like to have my shotgun back. I'm sorry, Marshal, but I had to go along with Skunky's play.
I understand. Here, you keep this for me. Throw some water on him and patch him up.
I will.
You mind telling me why you slid me your gun?
It would disillusion you, sir.
I'd still like to hear it.
Very well. Grimes owed me money. If he had shot you, he'd have gone on the run. As it turned out, in this best of all possible worlds, I got my money back. I didn't have to kill Grimes. Now, if you'll excuse me, sir.
Would you tolerate one more question, Doctor?
One more.
Can you tell me where I can find Mike Rourke?
I could, but I won't.
All right, sir.
Hold on. What's your name?
Wyatt Earp.
And all the time I thought it was a fluke shot you threw at Skunky. Handsome, fast with a gun, in the best of health. Get out of my sight, sir.
Well, if Doc won't talk about Rourke, that's it. Well, didn't he do enough for you? I never heard of Doc Holliday going out of his way to help a living soul.
Well, maybe you don't know him.
Know him as well as anyone does. He's an ill-tempered, selfish fella. Got a tongue rough as a number 5 file.
Is he sick?
Consumption.
That explains a lot. But it doesn't explain why.
Uh-oh. The curse of the Irish. Miss Kate. Plague on her.
Who's she?
Mrs. Holliday. Doc Holliday's wife. I gotta make myself scarce.
Chancey! No, you don't! Stop right where you are. Is Dr. Holliday here?
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks for not lying to me. What was the idea of sending back all my letters stamped address unknown?
Doc told me to.
All right. I need accommodations for myself, my coachman, and my maid. How about it?
Now, look, Mrs. Holliday. You and Doc been fighting. Now, don't get me mixed in any family quarrels.
That fight's all over with. All right, where do I stay?
Well, I'll have to ask Doc first.
You big coward. Are you afraid of my husband?
No, ma'am.
Maybe you're not. Where'd you find him?
He's Wyatt Earp, Marshal of Dodge City.
Oh. How do you and the doctor get along?
Pretty well.
That's a break. You're not afraid to deliver a message to him?
No, ma'am.
Just tell him I'm in town with $30,000. Will you do that? And tell him he'd better act friendly toward me. You better mention the name Mike Rourke. That's a cinch to interest His Highness. Chauncey, why don't you get some manners?
All right. Drive on to the tavern. I got a matter to discuss with you.
Don't you let him scare you about the doctor. You promised to deliver that message.
It'll be delivered, ma'am.
Good. Drive on, James.
Yes, ma'am. That woman's a hellion.
Yeah, she looks like she's a good match for the doctor. Well, I can't let tender passion interfere with official business. You really afraid of her?
That's like asking me if I'm scared of the White Witch of Kilkenny.
Full speeds. P4.
9 of speeds. P9. It's a black night. East the house. Pay the east. 3 a diamond. Pay the 3.
You're on the wrong side of the table, aren't you?
I got a message from Mrs. Holliday.
She in town? Hank, you take over. Back room.
Your wife said to mention Mike Rourke. She seemed to have some information about Rourke. I want to give you fair notice, Doctor. If you still refuse to talk, I'm going to try and get the information out of Mrs. Holliday.
You have a one-track mind.
Well, that's my job, Doctor.
I was talking to Bill Tilghman about you a couple of months ago. He called you Deacon Earp.
Well, they elected me deacon of the church to keep order.
The law seems to be your religion.
So?
What a man believes is no business of mine. Bill Tilghman says you're an honest man. That's good enough for me, or I wouldn't even bother with you. You want Rourke, so do I. And I got first claim.
Why do you want him, Doctor?
I'm not in the witness chair. All I ask is first crack at Rourke.
You want to kill him?
Perhaps, if that's necessary.
Well, why don't you just shoot him up a little bit? That would leave me a prisoner to question.
Can't promise that. But regarding Mrs. Holliday, you can ask her anything you want. Anything. I'm just not in the mood for domestic things. You'll excuse me, sir.
The door. Yes. Oh, Marshal Earp, come in. Clear out now, both of you. Did you see Dr. Holliday?
Yes, sir.
How is he? Pale? Coughing all the time?
He's not too well, ma'am.
What size glass is he using for his whiskey?
A water glass.
I thought so. Fine life for a man in his condition. Smoky saloons, whiskey, day and night. Did you give him my message?
Yes, he said he didn't want to be bothered with domestic things. Well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but that's what he said.
I'm used to that. Didn't the mention of Rourke have any effect?
Yes, ma'am, I think they have a quarrel.
Oh. And that means he expects Rourke to come into camp. Another gunfight.
I reckon so, ma'am.
Did he tell you why?
No, ma'am.
Will you charge me to arrest Dr. Holliday?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't do that, ma'am.
Why not?
Because he could sue both of us for false arrest, and you'd be liable to perjury. See, the doctor hasn't robbed any stages or trains, ma'am.
But it'll save his life.
How?
I want the doctor to quit all this. Go to Colorado, take the cure.
Oh, I see.
The doctor can't last at this rate. Rourke never rides alone. It'll be a gunfight with Dr. Holliday against maybe 10 men.
Probably.
And you won't do anything.
Well, there's nothing to do, Mrs. Holliday. You see, I came here to arrest Rourke for robbing Santa Fe trains. Now, the only way to head off a fight between Rourke and your husband is, well, for me to get to Rourke first.
But if you don't, will you help the doctor in his fight?
Well, I can't even do that, ma'am. You see, I want to arrest Rourke. Dr. Holliday wants to kill him.
You men. Fighting, killing. Let us worry about you. And then sticking together against us.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but...
No, you're not sorry. But you will be. And so will the great Dr. John H. Holliday. Get out! Get out!
Yes, yes.
And I don't see why you blame me, Doc. You didn't give me no direct order to keep Mrs. Holliday out of camp.
It's not what I'm sore about.
And what is it, then?
You seeked Wyatt Earp onto me.
I did not. I told him flat not to bother you. I even told him not to take your wife's message.
All right, Jack. All right, it's my own cussedness. Earp is a good man, and I hate good men.
Oh, now, Doc.
Earp has a mission. He's risking his life for $250 a month. He wants Mike Rourke. He may try to interfere when I settle a trivial and human row with Mike. Good men always arouse the worst in me. It's not that I envy him. Earp just doesn't have any logic. And I have great respect for logic.
Well, sure, Doc. You got a college degree.
Yes, yes. Doctor of Dental Science from Johns Hopkins. How very logical. Fixing teeth for people who deserve to live on mush. No, Jack. That's almost as stupid as being Wyatt Earp and chasing a train robber. I ask you, what is the Santa Fe Railroad? Why shouldn't it be robbed like the rest of us?
Well, now, you got me there, Doc.
And another point.
Dr. John, it's Miss Kate.
What's that?
Miss Kate, she's sick. Awful sick. She's got the misery.
Oh, shut up, Jim, shut up.
But Dr. John...
All right, all right. Sounds like appendicitis. I'll come.
Bless you, Dr. John.
Send up a quart of whiskey to Mrs. Holliday's room. She's had these attacks before. I may have to operate.
Peggy, stop fidgeting. Stop. Now, just one look at your face and he'll know I'm not sick.
All right, Miss...
And I don't want you to try to argue me out of it. Now, has James got the coach ready at the back door?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you know what you're going to do. You're going to help James and me tie up the doctor. Then you...
Shh! He's coming.
Have you been eating grapes, my dear?
No, John, no. It's just indigestion. James and Peggy were scared, so I...
Now, Katie, please. You might have a burst appendix.
No, John, please. Shh. Oh. 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 James. 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 Peggy. Quick. Help me tie him up. Hurry.
Hey, Mr. Shensi.
Not now. A desperate case. Mrs. Holliday, bad sick.
What do you mean she's sick? I just saw her 10 minutes ago. She was fine.
Sudden attack. The doc's up there now.
Where's her carriage and horses?
Out and back by the stable. Where would they be? Look, the doc's in a hurry for this. He can't operate without it.
Be careful of him. I'll open the carriage door.
I'm sorry, Miss Kate.
You. Stand back. Keep out of our way.
No.
Where's my gun?
Mercy's sake, you can't shoot a marshal.
Put him down.
Yes, sir.
I'll never forgive you for this.
Assault and abduction. Now, you let me take care of Dr. Holliday. You take Mrs. Holliday inside.
Come on, Miss Kate.
You haven't seen the end of me, Wyatt Earp. I'll get my husband out of here. It's the last thing I'll do. Marshal.
I don't like it. We haven't heard from Grimes.
What are you so leery of, Mike?
Grimes may not be here.
Well, I'm the one Doc Holliday's sore at. 5 against 1? Doc ain't that crazy.
Doc may not even be there. Somebody give Mike a handful of sand for his crawl.
Well, now ain't you funny? Well, if I do run into the Doc, let's see how brave the rest of you are.
Now, I hope you're not going to hold a grudge against Mrs. Holliday. She thought she was doing what was best for you.
I knew you'd say that.
Why?
You're always trying to do what's best for everybody. Mrs. Holliday wants to shut me up in a hospital. No drinking, no gambling, no women in the way.
You'd get well, wouldn't you?
No, it'd kill me in a month. By doing what's worse for myself, I've stayed alive. Hey, Jack, where's that medicine?
Common, Doctor. I hope you give the marshal credit for saving you.
I'll never praise anybody for illogical behavior.
Well, what's so illogical about stopping your wife from carting you off bound hand and foot?
I have first claim on Mike Rock. And with me out of the way, the marshal would have no problem. I hope you'll act toward me after this with the worst possible motive, sir.
Well, if I did that, Dr. Holliday, then you'd always understand me.
He gets the point. You got a wonderful talent, Wyatt. You'd make a wonderful, great train robber.
Saints forbid.
He'd be the scourge of the Santa Fe.
You see, the doc doesn't take his own advice. Well, there are no posters on him for high crimes and misdemeanors.
I haven't been identified. That's the reason. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Now, Doctor, you can't go against that many.
Hold it, Mike.
Get out of our way, Doc.
You try it, Mike. Climb down. Fast. Get over here. Move. Sit down. You want him alive?
Yes, I do.
Well, then you and Jack hold on to Rock. My business will only take a moment.
Now, wait a minute, Doc. That talk I made about you, it was nothing but a joke.
Hold on or I'll...
I tell you, it was only a joke.
Shut up. This sidewinder told it all over Texas that he came to me for an extraction, and that I pulled the wrong tooth. Open your mouth. By rights, I ought to take out all your upper teeth. Instead, I'll just take 2 on the left to make sure. Ow! 1. Number 2 coming up. There now. You better pass it all around that I got the right tooth, Mike, or I'll yank every one of them and shoot you to boot. Take them away.
You 2 men, throw down your guns. Now climb off your horses and patch up those 2. You give Mike some laudanum.
We slaughtered them on Rock?
That's right. Go get it.
Very well, Deacon. I hope the whole Rudabaugh crowd jumps you on the way to Dodge City. You'll need more than laudanum.
John! John! Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. I have to go and get some laudanum. The marshal's orders.
What was all this about?
Professional pride, ma'am. Mr. Rourke here insulted Dr. Holliday.
And for that you let him wound 2 men and torture this one?
Well, those 2 fellas drew on the doc first. He got just about what he deserved.
That's right, Mrs. Holliday.
My husband shouldn't be allowed to take such risks. I'm going to Dodge City, and when I get there, I'm going to file a complaint against you with the town council.
Yes, sir. Well, you won't be the first one.
No, don't you have nothing to do with him in Dodge, Wyatt.
Well, I suspect I'll be seeing a lot of Dr. Holliday.
Mother in heaven, why?
I think we'll be friends.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
In the peace officer business on the western frontier in 1877, a man made an odd assortment of friends. Marshal Wyatt Earp was no exception. But when Wyatt was alleged to be sponsoring the notorious Dr. John B. Holliday and his wife, Kate, the lid blew off.
But Wyatt, the man's a gambler and a killer.
And his wife makes trouble everywhere.
Folks are talking, Wyatt.
Yeah, mean talk. They just don't understand.
Wait a minute, will you? Now, you and our new mayor, Mr. Kelly, haven't given Judge Tobin a chance to say one word. What do you want to do, monopolize the whole Inquisition?
Your turn, sir.
People like Doc Holliday and his wife are bound to embarrass you, Wyatt. Doc's every bit as bad as Ben Thompson, or worse. Remember all the trouble that Thompson caused you?
Yes, sir, but he isn't...
It's no use, Judge. He says Doc Holliday saved his life at Chancey's camp.
Thompson did you a favor like that once, but you finally had to run him out of town.
Holliday took your part in a gunfight?
He slid his gun along the bar. Otherwise, I might have been cut in two with buckshot. Makes it kind of tough, Judge.
Yes, I can see that.
Listen, Wyatt. I owe you for saving my life a couple of times. But you wouldn't expect me to break my oath as sheriff if you turned outlaw.
No, I wouldn't. But Dr. Holliday hasn't stepped out of line since he got here, and I just can't run him out of town until he does.
Well, that won't be long.
You'll crack right down on him then?
I give you my word.
I just like to be cynical, Wyatt, but men like Holliday sometimes go out of their way to get a peace officer in their debt. Now, this isn't a matter of personalities or favors owed. We're starting what I hope will be a final drive to civilize this town. Doc Holliday doesn't belong here.
No, sir, I guess not. Is the meeting over?
For the present, at least.
Well, I guess I better tell you the main reason I kicked up this storm against Doc Holliday, huh? George Morris and his crowd are driving a big herd to Dodge.
You sure?
Yes, sir. I sure didn't think he'd have the gall after what we did to him last time.
Well, some of them never learn.
And that's why you can't afford to be having complications with Doc. Maybe a real fight coming.
I understand you, Sheriff. No complications with Dr. Holliday.
Just a second, Doc.
Mr. McDaniel, I haven't a second.
Now it's going to take a little longer. Shell out $100.
Why should I do that?
You cheated me last night.
If you have a gun, sir, you better go for it.
Get a doctor. Where's the doctor?
I'm a stranger here myself.
Doc Holliday, he shot me. You saw that? He shot me.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to arrest you, Doctor.
Oh? Did Aces make Daniel bleed to death?
No, but you shot him up pretty bad. He signed a complaint charging you with assault to kill.
Did he tell you he started drawing me first? What did the eyewitnesses say?
They say McDaniel accused you of cheating at cards and that you drew and fired.
Wasn't he carrying a gun?
He claims he was unarmed.
You believe that?
Did he have a gun?
Yes.
Where is it?
You're the marshal. I don't like the way you're handling the case. I said he had a gun. I'm not in the habit of having anybody question my word.
Now, look, Doctor. The witnesses didn't see a gun. McDaniel's ready to swear that he wasn't armed. What do you expect me to do?
Nothing. Take me to jail. I'm disappointed in you, Wyatt. Do you recall what La Rochefoucauld said?
No, sir.
He said it is necessary to live as one thinks. And man usually ends by thinking as he has lived. And you think too much like a policeman. You mind if I take my medicine along?
No, but put it under your coat.
Still hope for you, Wyatt.
Well, we were right about the doctor, huh?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Marshal.
Dr. Holliday said that McDaniel had a gun. I think he's telling the truth.
Oh, where is the gun?
You know, I asked him that, and he got a little bit sore. I think he's acting cantankerous just to prove something.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself? How could you put the doctor in a cold, dirty cell?
Well,
have you no human kindness? A man at death's door.
Let's see you later, Wyatt.
Thanks. Mrs. Holliday, I told your husband that he could go free on bail, but he wouldn't put up the bond money.
Naturally. He's no criminal.
But he's got a criminal complaint against him.
Bosh. You're just trying to roust us out of town. Let's go, Wyatt.
Where?
To the doctor's cell, taking him out of this dirty place. And don't try any tricks. I'll shoot.
I'm sure you would, Mrs. Holliday. But I don't think you're acting very smart.
I'm not a smart woman. I just love my husband. You're wasting time. His cough is worse. Open that door.
Gun. A gun, my dear. Fully cocked. Allah's good to you, sir.
John, what are you doing?
I knew you'd come, Katie. I can always count on you. But I gotta stay in jail this time.
Why?
Marshal Earp interests me. He's intelligent. I'm bored and I want to study him.
But, John, this cell's not clean. It's drafty. And you can't lie on that lumpy bunk.
Look, why don't you change your mind and post bail?
Yes, let me hire a lawyer.
No, Katie, you go on back to the hotel.
I've got to do it. Otherwise, he'll leave me like he did in Dallas.
That's right, Katie. See you in the morning, my dear.
Have you got enough medicine?
Well,
Oh, here. Take enough to keep you warm. Wait.
Of course, my dear. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, darling. All cell doors must be locked at once. The hard, unthinking fist of Johnny Law. Why didn't you arrest Mrs. Holliday for attempted jailbreak?
Because I pity her.
Why?
She's married to you.
So do I. But I didn't think of pity as one of your emotions.
Well, there's a lot you don't know about my emotions, Doctor. Why don't you tell me about McDaniel's gun?
Why should I? You wouldn't take my word.
Look, you're coming up against Judge Tobin. He'll keep you in jail a long time. You trying to commit suicide? I've searched McDaniel's room and every bar for that gun.
You didn't search me?
No, I didn't. Turn around.
I believe you're worried.
Sure, I'm worried. I don't want a sick man put in jail if he can prove he acted in self-defense. Now, if you know where that gun is, why don't you tell me?
Your friends don't approve of us holidays.
Friends? What friends?
Masterson, Tobin, Kelly. Oh, you got a lot of them.
That's not the point. We're talking about evidence. Vital evidence.
I'm talking about your friends. I don't like them, and I don't like you.
All right. If that's the way you want it.
That's just the way I want it. I'm going to make monkeys out of all of you in court.
Doctor, I await this with great interest. You know, the reason you hate everybody is that you hate yourself. You enjoy making enemies. Well, the worst enemy you ever made is yourself. I'll send you some more blankets.
You may step down. Dr. Holliday. You've heard the witnesses for the state. Have you testimony to present in your defense?
No, sir. Only an exhibit.
Very well. The court will examine the evidence.
The court darn well better. This is the gun McDaniel was carrying. I took it from him after I shot him. Wyatt Earp neglected to search me.
Indeed. Is that a fact, Marshal?
Yes, sir. He surrendered a .45, but I didn't search him for other weapons until after he was in jail.
The court cannot accept this evidence unless you can properly establish that the gun belonged to Mr. McDaniel.
Don't lecture me on the law, Judge. I think Mayor Kelly can identify the gun. McDaniel purchased it at his store about a month ago.
Mayor Kelly.
Speak up, Mayor. I haven't got all day.
It's the gun I sold McDaniel.
Wyatt Earp seems to have honest friends.
That will do. The court rules.
If the court please.
Well?
I wish to state that I hold hard feelings against all of you for this stupid blundering. I don't like Dodge City or anyone in it. But Mrs. Holliday and I are leaving this town at our own convenience, not yours. Now the court may rule, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The court must accept Dr. Holliday's explanation of this affair. Case dismissed.
I don't hold any hard feelings, Mr. Earp. You did your best to persuade John to go free on bail, and you did look everywhere for that gun. So, let's shake hands.
Come on, Katie. What I said goes for my wife, too.
George Morris is coming after you again with a lot of his men, Mr. Earp.
Shut up.
Goodbye, Mr. Earp.
Goodbye, Miss Kate.
That stands to reason Morris and his men won't sneak into town the way they did last time. This will be Morris's last water stop before coming into Dodge. I vote to ride out there and take him before they ever hit town.
Well, what kind of a legal reason you gonna give him?
Legal reason? Well, for Pete's sake, charge him with attempted murder. Shooting up Dodge, everything they did last time.
Well, you're the sheriff. They're still outside my jurisdiction.
You don't like it, huh?
Well, if I was the sheriff, I'd just ride out there to the water stop and kind of snoop around a little bit. I just wouldn't start a fight or ride into an ambush.
Well,
Morris can change his mind, you know. He can load at Railhead Junction, not even come into Dodge at all.
Well, Kid Holliday said he... you're right. It's smarter to scout the Morris outfit first. Sam, I'll take you and Emmett. Mike better stay in town, huh?
Yeah. I'll have a little talk with Mrs. Holliday when Doc isn't around.
Would she know anything?
Well, she might. She and Doc travel all over Texas.
Whose side is she on?
Well, I don't know that, Mr. Masterson, but I sure aim to find out.
It's Mr. Earp.
Oh, dear. Tell him I'll just be a moment.
Yes, sir, Miss Holliday. She's getting fixed up. Take a chair.
Thank you.
Miss Holliday, you wait for me. You get a lace and I'll knot it up.
There. I'm out of it. Peggy, you take a walk. She listens and tells on me to the doctor.
Well, I do want this to be confidential. What you said about George Morris in court. Do you know just when he'll get to Dodge?
Oh, I meant to tell you that, only my husband... Morris is coming in this afternoon. They loaded at Railhead. A couple of cattle buyers were talking drunk at the Long Branch.
This afternoon?
Yes, that's what they said. The doctor didn't want me to mention it.
Yes, I know that. I do want to thank you. Doesn't give me much time to get ready.
Wait. I've got to tell you something else. Dr. Holliday's trying to hate you. I don't think he'd help Morris, but he might.
Does he know Morris?
Oh, sure. The doctor could have hired on with Morris at $1,000 a month.
Well, that's pretty good pay for a dentist.
Well, Morris didn't want him for that. He admires the doctor's gunfighting ability.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you again, Miss Kate.
Don't mention it. I certainly hope my husband stays out of this fight.
So do I. Goodbye.
Well, let's straighten out the boys, Curly. Some of you will start a hoorah south of the line. The rest of us will move to Tramp Earp at the foot of Front Street.
You think you'll be sucker enough to head into Front Street, George?
I'm betting on it, Curly. Earp always heads straight for the sound of guns. I figure that we'll meet him at Nick's corner. He'll probably come out of the alley. Let's go.
Hal, I want you to tell all the other deputies on patrol where these guns will be. I want them to duck for cover and grab buckshot loads at the first sound of trouble.
Looks like it started, Wyatt.
Yeah. At firing south of the line. I'll duck down the alley, head for Nick's saloon. You meet me there as soon as you can.
Right.
It's George Morris and Curly Bill. They're coming down Front Street.
Not so loud.
Loud? Guns are going off, mister.
Shut up. I like to hear guns. Continue.
Sir, reach Johnny Law.
You see, I'm limping, Earp. That's what you and Masterson done.
You had it coming.
Guess what you got coming to you?
Cut the gab, George. Shoot him.
No rush. I want to tell this mangy Johnny Law how stupid he is. Where do you want the first one?
Start shooting or I will.
No, he's mine. I'm going to cut the legs from under him the way he done to me. Then you can finish the job, Curly.
Drop him, George. Curly.
Doc Holliday, not you.
It's Wyatt Earp, Doc. Don't shoot him, Wyatt. Drop your guns, or Wyatt might kill you this time. Cut loose.
No. Not against Doc.
Pull that trigger. I want you to. Why did you hit him?
Because he'd have pulled the trigger.
And I'd have cut him in two. All body and no brains. What are you going to do with the rest of them?
Jail. Al, Bill, don't worry about their guns. I'll get Nick's porter to put them in a gunny sack.
I'm thirsty.
Go on, cart him off.
I don't get it. Why did Doc make that play against Morris?
I don't know, Mr. Lovey.
You were lucky.
Yeah, I sure was. It's the closest I've ever come to cashing in my chips.
You should have let me empty both barrels at Curly. He isn't bad enough to be interested nor good enough to rise above mere thuggery.
Look, why don't you and I try to understand each other?
I understand you.
No, you don't. You think I'm going to try and roust you out of town?
That's what your friends want.
Well, that isn't going to make any difference. As far as I'm concerned, you and Mrs. Holliday can stay right on here in Dodge.
What am I supposed to say? Thank you?
No. I'll see you around.
Oh, no, you won't. My wife and I are leaving. You couldn't pay us enough to stay in this scurvy town. There's one point I want to make clear. You and I part enemies. Morris thought I was his friend. He knows better now.
And I think I know what's wrong with the doctor. His whole life, he's never had an even break. The war ruined his parents. Bad health ruined his career.
And he was just plain ornery to start with.
Yeah, I guess so. But look, do me this one favor, will you?
No, sir. I don't beg Doc Holliday to stay in Dodge.
I'm not asking you to beg him. You're the sheriff. All you got to do is say that as long as he behaves himself, that
Wyatt,
he can...
will you wait a
Look,
minute?
just say that you won't make things any tougher on him.
Wyatt, there's a devil in Doc Holliday, and he's got you in his debt again.
All right, so he's got me in his debt. But
Look,
that
you'll
doesn't
ask
mean
for
that...
payment, some favor you can't afford to do for him. You believe in gratitude, and Doc knows that. Look, will you take my advice this one time? Let Doc leave town and forget him.
Oh, Wyatt, Mrs. Holliday wants to see you at the hotel right away. She says Doc's having a bad time. He's awful sick.
She sent for Doc McCarty?
He was there when I talked to her.
Oh, Wyatt, how good of you to come.
Did Dr. McCarty see him?
Yes, he's got to stay in bed and rest for a month, and not touch a drop of whiskey. Of course, he cussed Dr. McCarty, and...
Kitty! Kitty!
Yes, dear. Wyatt's come to see you.
I don't want to see why. I want my medicine. You bring me my medicine.
He means his whiskey. Now, what am I going to do? He won't take his milk, and I promised Dr. McCarty I'd...
Medicine! My medicine!
Whole town's betting you drink whiskey and die. George Morris has already bought your grave in Boot Hill. They're fighting in all the saloons for the privilege of acting as pallbearers. I wouldn't bet a dime on your chances myself. No, you going back to that filthy poison. Swig the liquor down and die quick. They're digging your grave. Don't disappoint them. I'll see you about the funeral arrangements in the morning, Miss Kate.
Wyatt, will it be that soon?
The whole town's betting on it. Good night.
Buried there on Boot Hill.
John!
Shut up, kitty. I'm doing this for a friend. To Marshal Wyatt Earp. Oh. Put me in Boot Hill, will they?
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Historians have told as many lies about the American Indian as about any minority group in the United States. Marshal Wyatt Earp, who knew Indians, did not agree with the Indian haters who called them unprincipled savages. To Marshal Earp, the Indians were people, some good, some bad, and their leaders were sometimes wrong and sometimes right. This was a dangerous opinion for a man to hold in 1878, and it took the fabulous saga of Dull Knife and his break for freedom to test whether Wyatt's career as a peace officer would come to an end with a prison sentence.
Please excuse us, Mr. Masterson. Mr. Earp, we're afraid.
What about?
Chief Dull Knife and his people have left Oklahoma. Soldiers after them.
Is Dull Knife on the warpath?
No. Cheyenne do not like Indian territory in Oklahoma. They want to go back home, back to their own country. Montana, Wyoming.
Well, how far does Dull Knife think he can get?
Dull Knife kinashta, wasema leponi.
Chief Dull Knife has many warriors. We count maybe 200 women and children.
Well, is Little Wolf in on this?
He's next to Dull Knife in command.
It's foolishness, Mr. Cousin. There are too many miles, too many soldiers. You tell your people to turn back.
You're not important enough, Mr. Earp.
Dull Knife, okoshti sorono.
Mr. Brother says maybe Dull Knife listen to you.
Oh, that's bad medicine, Wyatt. That's Major Benteen.
Well, you take them in the cell room. I better talk to the major alone.
All right.
And they crossed the Cimarron here, and then they raided Meade City here. And they burnt the Chapman and Tuttle Ranch on the Mulberry. Our people are dead. Houses burned. So a posse from Dodge could be useful, Wyatt.
Well, sir, in addition to being town marshal of Dodge, I'm also United States Marshal. If you ask me to help, Well, that's what I'll do.
How soon can you start?
Half hour.
Good. There's a big gap in our line, the bushwhacker country. I'm counting on you to plug it.
Yes, sir.
Then I'll see you tomorrow at the Lost River Triangle. So long, Wyatt. Good luck.
I'll be seeing you, sir. Dull Knife raided Meade City. Did you know about that?
No, but Dull Knife gave strict orders.
We'll have to go out there. All of your deputies and most of mine.
All right, I'll pass the word.
20 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Mr. We're your friends. We come to ask a favor.
Such as?
We think we take you to Dull Knife. We think maybe you tell him to go back to Oklahoma.
You know where to find Dull Knife?
Marica. But your heart is angry. You blame Dull Knife for raid on village.
He's the chief. He's responsible.
Goodbye, Mr. Erb. Sometimes you think like Indian. Now you think like soldier.
I'm sorry. Maybe Dull Knife isn't responsible for the raid. But Major Benteen is going to hold him responsible. Do you understand that?
Please, you talk to our chief.
Listen, my friend, Sheriff Masters and I must take a posse out there. We'll be expected to turn your people back by force, if we can. I can't use you as scouts against your own people.
We will take you to Dull Knife.
No picon, Wesika, no Rasta.
Mr. Brothers says you have a heart that is not white man or Indian. We trust your heart.
Now, look, don't try and butter me up. Why do you want me to talk to Dull Knife?
To save our people.
My friend, I can't do that. This whole business has gone too far already. People killed, houses burned. The army is after Dull Knife. I'm only one man, no matter what I think about how your people...
We trust you. We go now. Please. They wait here now. You come with us, Mr. Erb.
All right.
Hey, hold it, Wyatt. This is Lost River, and it's the worst of the bushwhacker country.
So?
Well, if Dull Knife is holed up there, he'd have to come out along this riverbed. And we can hold him up long enough for the soldiers to come.
That's right, Sheriff.
But not if you go in there and get yourself captured as a hostage. Dull Knife's got himself in a tight corner.
Well, I may be wrong. If I am and the Cheyenne try to break out, you gentlemen go to shooting.
And shoot you, I suppose?
You're not going to have any time to be particular. You'll be fighting for your lives. I'll see you later.
The bushwhacker country is bad land, a law unto its own, where the outlaw rides and the Indian hides among its caves of stone. For the bushwhacker country is law unto its own. Be wary, my friend, every tree, every bend of the trail may be your doom. For the bushwhacker country will swallow you like a tomb.
Great Chief Dull Knife. You remember me?
My friend, Marshal Earp. You brought men who killed my daughter to justice. I do not forget.
I am sorry we have to meet again this way.
Sorry?
You and your people are on a breakout. I have orders from the Army to help stop you.
Marshal Earp has good scouts. They bring him across our path.
Don't blame Mr. Cousin and Mr. Brother. They're trying to be loyal to you.
Soldiers and posse men are close behind us. You and your men guard Lost River. Let us not speak lies.
All right. Then who raided Meade City?
Not Dull Knife.
People were killed.
By Indians.
Ah! Abiajo. Little Wolf, go. I will ask Little Wolf if he knows about this. I do not.
My friend, you're in trouble. How can a sensible man and a great chief hope to make it all the way to Montana?
We have come this far.
I can't understand why you broke out.
You can understand freedom.
Well, if you had a fair chance.
White men always give us fair chance. After a fight at Washita, the soldiers say, make peace and go home. Then politicians in Washington say, what is home to a Cheyenne? Send them to Oklahoma.
They promised you that you could go back to the mountains?
Yes. In writing.
Well, then they lied to you. But a breakout only makes things worse. You become killers, outlaws.
Who can control young men? If Cheyenne did this thing at Meade City, it was against my orders.
I believe you. But it wasn't common sense to expect that you could travel 1,000 miles through a white man's country.
What is common sense?
Surrender. Go back to Oklahoma Territory.
No. Our young men. About so many of them. I will punish them quickly. I promise.
No.
You think I lied to you?
They must be rounded up and turned over to me. That's the law, my friend.
And what if I do this?
I can't make deals.
You will try to stop us from moving north out of Lost River?
Those are my orders from Major Benteen.
Ah! Nahalin, Eyejo.
I knew you couldn't trust him.
No, you leave us right here. Get on back to the river gap. This could be a trick to sneak by us.
We're not going to leave you tied up for a scalping party.
I said leave us alone.
Are you loco, Wyatt?
No. The Dull Knife's going after the Indians that raided Meade City. I think he'll turn him into me.
Turn his own boys in for hanging or prison? Come on, Wyatt.
Look, Mr. Masterson, this is a federal posse.
Yes, sir.
All right, then. You go on back there. You want a lot of Cheyenne to make you look like a greenhorn?
No. I guess you're right.
No sign of Indians anywhere, sir. Very well. Ride back to Captain Halleck and tell him to assemble all the patrols. We'll move on toward Lost River.
Yes, sir.
Marshal Earp, Chief Little Wolf.
How do you do?
Untie them. 6 of our young men admit their hearts were bad. They will go with you, according to white man's law.
There are only 4 prisoners.
No, there are 6. Those 2 in the back claim the right to die fighting.
Was that necessary? Our laws aren't too tough on your people.
Young Bear and Lame Eagle commanded the raid. For that, they must die. I have decided, Mr. Earp. Just wild boys who probably got drunk. No, they risked our freedom. You have been free always. What do you know of a prison camp far from home? And have you ever seen our home, Mr. Earp? There is brave water. It does not sulk in ponds and puddles. Our rivers leap off the forbidding cliff with the sound of war drums. And in our homeland, the buffalo wait for us. They have fled beyond the range of white man's gun. Perhaps it must soon be that the buffalo and the Cheyenne will be driven to the edge of the world. But if we must die, we seek the liberty to die at home. Is that too great a freedom to ask of white man? No more prison camp, Mr. Earp. If those two had obeyed orders, we might have reached our home in peace. We would not have been stopped if they had not burned and killed. Batahita. Hijo, ya.
There's no sense to this fight. Stop it.
You are still my prisoner.
Please, Mr. Earp, it is our law.
That was murder.
Lame Eagle was his only son, Marshal Earp. We grant them an honorable death, and you call it murder. We are happy men riding home in the sunshine. There is no pain in us for making promises, because we never keep promises.
I don't believe that.
We fight and kill no more, unless white man corners us.
You expect to have me let you go through?
No, not now. You think like all your brothers. Bring white soldiers. We caught this man 2 hours' ride from our camp. Major Benteen and his troop of pony soldiers will attack us from the rear. You and your men will try to stop our retreat. There will be fighting.
Yes, I guess there will be. Am I free to go?
You are still my friend. Go.
Thank you. What about Mr. Brother and Mr. Cousin?
They go with you.
Marcy Kaupi. At we, it's gone. This time we fight with our people.
I can't let you go through the gap. You know that. I've got orders from the Army.
We know. Goodbye, Mr. Earp.
Te-ho-me. Te-ho-me.
Batista. Take white soldier, my friend. You will need him. Also the prisoners.
Must we kill a friend?
Or he will kill us.
Mr. Earp, I saw their camp. They have at least 100 braves, all armed.
Well, Major Benteen isn't going to be riding out here with just one troop.
Yes, sir, he is. If it was me, I'd let Dull Knife go through.
Well, Major Benteen will expect us to fight.
Benteen and Custer and the others expected us to fight at the Little Bighorn, too. It'll be another Custer's massacre.
Come on, let's head for the Gap.
Now, we should hit him before sundown. I hope Earp brought enough men to shut off the Lost River Trail. You ride back and get the troops started.
Well, for God's sakes, Wyatt. Figured you'd been burning the stake by now.
Well, Chief Dullknife was very polite to me. Oh, Corporal Jordan, this is Sheriff Masterson.
Howdy.
He claims that Major Benteen's going to attack the Cheyenne with just one troop.
Benteen must be loco.
Yeah, well, I can't tell him that. Casey, you and Tibbs ride into Dullknife's camp. Tell Dullknife that he can come through the Gap. But warn him to move fast.
Wait a minute. You're not going to let them come.
Yes, I am. And let those Indians go through to Montana. Go on, move.
We'll catch it from the Army.
Just me, Mr. Masterson. I made the decision. I don't make a last-ditch fight to stop the Cheyenne from going home. With the government promising they could go.
I'll call you names.
You know something? I think you're right. Now, look, I left 4 Indian prisoners tied to their horses just around that bend over there. You take your deputies and go pick them up. Then head back for Dodge City.
Yes, sir. You know, Benteen can arrest you.
He sure can.
Well, what are you going to say?
Nothing. You can visit me in jail sometime. Now go on, move.
Wyatt says to get back to Dodge with some prisoners. Come on, hit the leather.
Yeah, that'll be the Major.
Yeah.
He'll be snorting fire.
Well, I hope he wastes a lot of time chawing my hide. Dullknife needs all the head start he can get.
You explain it to the Major, Mr. Earp. He'll cool off and realize you've done the right thing.
I wonder if he will.
Wyatt, where are the Indians?
They've gone.
Your men, where are they?
I sent them back to Dodge City. They've got the Indians who raided our people.
You had orders to hold this gap. Why didn't you?
Sir, Mr. Earp thought...
Corporal! I'm asking Mr. Earp a straight question.
Well, sir, I never explained. The Indians got away. Let's just leave it at that.
Now, Wyatt, I will not tolerate... Marshal Earp, you will consider yourself under arrest. You will report to the federal judge nearest our command.
Yes, sir.
Corporal, mount your horse and return to the troop.
Yes, sir.
Would it be too much to ask you, Marshal, which way Dullknife was heading?
He was heading home.
Captain?
Yes, sir?
Major Benteen filed these charges against Marshal Earp. Where is he?
He'll do it any moment, Your Honor. He's been on campaign against Dullknife.
Yes, I know. Marshal Earp, you refuse to plead either guilty or not guilty. These are very serious charges. Malfeasance in office, cowardice, refusal to assist in stopping the escape of hostile Indians. Have you any statement to make to this court?
No, sir.
Major Benteen, sir. This is Corporal Jordan.
Very well. The court will hear your testimony in support of your accusations.
If the court please, I ask that the courtroom be cleared.
For what reason, Major?
My statement will involve military matters of a confidential nature.
I see. Very well. Clear the court.
So after my bad temper had cooled somewhat, I listened to Corporal Jordan's story. The corporal was a prisoner in Dullknife's camp. He says that I had badly underestimated the Indian strength, and that I would have stood no chance to capture them with a force at my disposal.
Then Marshal Earp prevented you from making a tragic blunder.
That's about the size of it, Your Honor. So I wish to withdraw my charges and apologize to Marshal Earp.
Thank you, Major.
The Army should thank you. And Major Benteen, when will you people get enough men out here to do the job?
Never, Judge. Starving our Western Army is somebody's idea of national defense.
Case dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Marshal Earp, I don't know what can compensate you for the 3 weeks of embarrassment and kicking around by the Army and the law.
Well, sir, I'm quite happy about it all.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The friendship between Marshal Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday was born of gratitude on Wyatt's part. Doc saved his life. But why Doc Holliday chose to like Wyatt and be loyal to him was mighty puzzling to the citizens of Dodge City in 1877. And since Wyatt Earp stood for everything that Doc cynically derided, a lot of folks were betting that the two would soon come to an open break.
Doc Holliday in town?
Yeah, he's inside running a game.
Thank you.
All right, Finnegan. I can just spare you 2 minutes.
That's enough, Doc.
Gold brick, take it away.
It's real, Doc. See? San Francisco Mint, government seal. Look at it.
You stole the thing.
Well, sure. Me and the boys held up a Wells Fargo stage.
Stupid. Get out of town, Weasel, and take it with you.
Doc, I can let you have that for 5,000. It's worth 10. I'm giving you a real bargain.
What would I do with it?
Oh, you're joking, Doc. This is grand larceny. This is right up your street. Doc, you got connections. You can turn right around and sell it for 8,000. Or you could make a fake one and switch bricks on some sucker. Grand larceny, Doc. You could make a lot of dough and have some laughs, too. You, Doc Holliday, you can't pass this up.
All right. On one condition. You take the money and get out of town.
Oh, sure, Doc. It ain't healthy for me to stick around Dodge.
Believe that, Weasel. If the pals you've undoubtedly double-crossed don't get you, I will.
I'm starting on patrol, Wyatt. Anything special?
Oh, yeah, how there is. Keep a lookout for Weasel Finnegan. Here's his picture. Got away with 5 gold bricks. Wells Fargo recovered 4 of them.
So we're looking for Weasel Finnegan and 1 gold brick.
That's right.
Mr. Finnegan, is that really you? Don't you remember me? Ginger in Salt Lake City.
Oh, that's right. Howdy.
Is that all you gotta say, just howdy?
Well, I gotta be getting on my way. I'm supposed to meet the boys.
Oh, now you can buy me 1 drink. Come on, Irish. For old times.
All right, Ginger. Just 1.
Oh, howdy, Miss Kate.
Is it safe to talk in here?
As long as we don't yell at each other.
I'm too worried to yell. Wyatt, John's up to his old tricks again.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sit down, please. Well, what's he done now?
He's bought a gold brick from Weasel Finnegan.
Well, there's a Wells Fargo poster out for Weasel Finnegan. And there's a gold brick missing.
It's real?
San Francisco Mint.
I ought to leave John. After nursing him through that bad spell, he pulls a stunt like this. Oh, he thinks it's a good joke.
Has he still got it?
No, he sold it, he says.
You name the buyer?
That's the joke part of it. He says he sold it to one of the most respectable men in town. You see anything funny in that?
Well, your husband has a special brand of humor. A lot of respectable citizens in town have given you and the doctor the cold shoulder.
Oh, John wants to show this man up?
That might be it. Well, I'll have a little talk with the doctor.
You aren't going to say I told on him, are you? I'm just trying to keep the doctor out of trouble.
I know that, Mrs. Holliday. Now, you stay here and rest yourself.
I got a faro game going, Wyatt. My money.
I'm on the hunt for something.
I should know where it is.
Possibly. Weasel Finnegan and some of the boys heisted a gold shipment in California. Have you seen Weasel lately?
Yes, 2 hours ago.
Did he say anything about the loot?
Yes. As a matter of fact, he sold me a gold brick, but I didn't have any idea it had been stolen.
You still got it?
No, I sold the thing.
Anybody I know?
I'm not saying. You do the police work. You solve the mystery.
Look, what are you trying to prove?
Let's just call it an experiment to test the moral nature of mankind.
Oh, come on.
Very well, arrest me. I'll say I didn't know the gold was stolen. And if driven too far, I'll say that the gold was phony.
Where's Weasel now?
I ordered him to get out of town.
Look, why don't you be logical? You're always talking about logic. All right, then. Just because some folks have snubbed you and Mrs. Holliday, why go through all this rigmarole? All you're going to prove is that a snob is also a crook.
Dodge City needs taken down a peg.
Granted. But you tell me the name of the man, and I'll take Dodge down real quick.
I don't know who the present owner is.
You mean it's changed hands?
Wyatt, I sold that gold brick for half its value, just what I paid for. My guess is that it's been bought and sold over and over again by now.
Maybe. Well, at least give me a clue to the first buyer.
You might try Mayor Kelly.
Kelly?
Yep. Better work fast, Marshal. The bone tone of Dodge City love that yellow stuff.
Gold fever, gold fever, burning like a flame. Ooh.
Come on in, Wyatt. Sit down.
Thank you. Mr. Kelly, I'm looking for a gold brick that was stolen from Wells Fargo.
Oh, that.
You've seen it, huh?
I have. This very day. A certain friend of yours brought it to me. Wanted me to sell it for him.
Dr. Holliday.
Oh? He told you.
Well, the doctor never lies. No, sir, the more disreputable the deal, the prouder he is. Well, did you handle the gold?
Nope. I told him to see Miles Lenahan.
Didn't you suspect that it was stolen?
Yes. I didn't want to make any trouble for Doc, and I owe Lenahan some political favors. You won't have to tell Miles that I gave you the information.
No, he'll deny he sold it anyway.
I'm ashamed, Wyatt.
Forget it. You didn't make any profit in the deal. It's my fault for getting you into politics in the first place.
Oh, out of a hole in the ground it comes, into the hand of a man it comes, shining bright with an evil light, striking fire to a man's desire, gold fever.
I'm not accusing you or anyone else, Mr. Lenahan. I'm only interested in finding a gold brick.
Well, I wish I could help you, Marshal.
You know nothing, huh?
Well, just barfly talk.
Barfly talk helps once in a while.
Marshal, you'll keep me out of this, hmm? Well, you know old Newt Hamilton, the jeweler.
Yeah?
There's gossip that he... Is he dead, Marshal?
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
Weasel Finnegan.
Somebody saved me the trouble. Liquor or a girl? Have you found that thing yet, Wyatt?
No. I ought to arrest you.
So you think I'm morally responsible for this? Bad judgment, Wyatt. I told him to get out of town. One gold brick, death or corruption. Dodge City is tottering on the edge of Gehenna right now.
Couple of you men, give me a hand.
Gold fever, gold fever.
I'll have your watch fixed in a couple of days, Mrs. Wilmis. Oh, I.D., Marshal.
Mr. Hamilton, I'd like to have a little talk with you.
What about?
Some gold.
Well, it's closing time anyway. Well, am I under arrest?
You still got it? Who bought it from you?
I can't tell you. Please,
All right, it's up to you. Let's go to jail.
Jail? Oh, no. Well, I buy gold right along. You can't prove that I knew. Well, Mr. Lenahan threatened me. I do most of my business south of the line. He said...
Never mind him. Who has the thing now?
Well, will I have to testify in court?
Look, Mr. Hamilton, I can arrest you for receiving and selling stolen gold. Now, if you want to make it easier on yourself, you'll tell me who bought that stuff.
Homer Blythe. Oh, I know it sounds hard to believe, a big man like Mr. Blythe, but I was scared. I sold it for $7,000, just what I paid Mr. Lenahan.
Well, it's going to be your word against his, you know.
I'm telling you the truth.
All right. There's already been one man killed over this. I'll send a deputy to guard you. Howdy, Mr. Blythe.
Oh, Marshal Earp.
Why don't you give me a lift?
I'll be glad to. Get in.
Thank you.
Good season we're having. Plenty of rain. Where can I drop you?
I'm looking for a gold brick.
A what?
Bullion, San Francisco Mint. Par value of $10,000.
Stolen? And you think it's here in Dodge City?
Yep. I think you've got it.
Well, you're joking, of course.
No, I'm not joking.
If you were a drinking man, I could excuse you, but I suggest that you owe me an apology.
I suggest you apologize to the decent citizens in this town.
Get out.
I'll do that. You like money so much, Mr. Blythe, that you're willing to risk your life for $3,000 profit?
I'm going to report you to the mayor and the council. Good day.
You do that.
Not home of Blythe, too.
Lenahan says he sold it to Hamilton, and Hamilton says he sold it to Blythe.
I can't wait to tell Katie. Mrs. Blythe insulted her.
Well, there's no evidence, only Hamilton's word.
Wyatt, you're dull today.
Oh?
Blythe wouldn't keep the thing. He's too smart for that. He'd discount it with Ned Chapin at the bank.
Chapin? Oh, come on now.
All right, forget it. I was amused, but now the joke bores me. Time to take my medicine.
Wait up, I'll come with you.
That still doesn't prove that Mr. Chapin bought the gold.
He bought it. Bank can issue currency against its gold deposits. Chapin is betting that by the time the bank examiners get around to a checkup, the Wells Fargo robbery will have been forgotten.
Well, it wouldn't do me any good to ask him.
That's the first intelligent remark you've made, Wyatt. You want me to handle Chapin?
How?
None of your business. I'd just love to prove this on him. He told me he wouldn't take my account in his pious bank. Oh, you just say the word, Marshal.
No. You caused enough trouble. Should have turned Weasel into me in the first place.
Temper, temper.
You know, I should arrest you for receiving stolen goods and compounding a felony.
Go ahead. I'll demand that you arrest Mayor Kelly, Newt Hamilton, Blythe, and Chapin. Fine lot of jailbirds.
It's open.
Howdy, Miss Kate. Clerk said you wanted to see me right away. Thank you.
Thanks. Wyatt, you're going to have to arrest John.
Why?
He's going to hold up the bank as soon as it opens in the morning.
I had a hunch he might try that.
He'll do it, if you don't stop him. He doesn't like a fella named Chapin. He thinks he bought the gold.
All this just to prove that some of our leading citizens aren't strictly honest.
Some folks snub us. Well, we deserve to be snubbed. John's a gambler. He insults most everybody. I'm a vulgar, common woman. I smoke, I drink, I swear.
Well, you're kind of rough on yourself, aren't you, Miss Kate?
No. John hates what people are saying. He cusses Mrs. Grundy. Well, I don't. There's always got to be a Mrs. Grundy. People be paying attention to Mrs. Grundy's gossip when they won't listen to their own preachers.
Well, that's right.
Wyatt, you'll stop John from pulling this fool stunt, won't you?
Of course I will.
The bank opens at 9. He'll be leaving here about 10 minutes of. You'll arrest him here, not at the bank, huh?
Well, he'll be wearing a gun. That'll cost him a $25 fine.
I'll pay it myself. Thanks, Wyatt.
Now, don't you worry.
Smokey, sit down.
Now, what's so important?
I sent for you.
Great Doc Holliday.
It's enough, Jenna. You want to go out in the alley with me?
No. But why don't I just shoot you now?
Why not?
Don't do it, Doc. I'm just feeling mean like you.
Sit down, Jenna. Your hands on the table. Why didn't you kill Finnegan?
Well, we drew cards for it. But how did you know that Finnegan had hooked up with me?
Chit-chat from the hen's roost. I also collected some other thieves' stories. You want to hear them?
Yeah.
Man by the name of Chapin at the bank has your gold.
How'd he get it?
It's a long story. And I'm short on breath.
Well, thanks, Doc. Too bad we can't take the bank.
Sit down, Jenna. You can take it. Sit down.
Earp and his debitors are poisoned.
I said sit down. I want to make a deal with you. Wyatt won't be anywhere near the bank. He'll be arresting me and leading me to jail. Understand?
Yeah. But are you sure your missus told Earp?
I'm sure.
I get that part. But why do I have to drop that gold brick in the street?
It's my share for keeping Earp out of the way. Yes or no, Jenna?
It's a deal, Doc. Me and the boys will get plenty without a hot brick that's tough to sell. You just keep Earp out of it.
You just don't cross me, Jenna. I want to pick up that gold in a bank sack from the street.
And I want to live, Doc.
I don't see why, but I hope you do.
Morning, Wyatt.
Hold it.
I'm busy. I gotta go over
That's
here.
too bad. I'm arresting you. You know you can't carry a gun north of the line?
Uh-huh. Katie tells you everything.
Well, we'll take a little walk to jail.
On my desk. 9 o'clock on the dot. Open the doors, Mr. Clegg.
Get back there. Get that ball.
What's the meaning of this?
Get in there.
Wyatt! Wyatt! I'm running out of breath. Can we rest a moment?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sit down. Now, holding up a bank single-handed just to prove that Mr. Chapin has the goal, that's real logical thinking for a college man.
Drop it, Tanner, drop it!
Good work, Marshal. You got the two with the money.
Well, are you going to arrest Chapin, or am I the only hoodlum in town?
Give me that gun. Bring that money sack over here. Here. Now, Mr. Chapin, you know what this is?
Why, yes, gold bullion.
It was taken in a Wells Fargo robbery.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Now, what was it doing in your bank?
Think fast, Chapin.
Dr. Holliday, please.
Marshal, I can't expect you to believe this, but I let a customer put it in our vault as a favor.
Who is he?
I don't know that I should tell you, Mr. Earp. He could have bought the gold without knowing.
Do your duty, Marshal. You keep quiet. You're still under arrest.
Why is that? Dr. Holliday shot the robbers, and we got back all the money.
Well, don't waste your sympathy on the doctor. I'm afraid I'm going to have to take you to jail, too, Mr. Chapin.
I understand.
Now, you're the one that really started this, Mr. Hamilton. Mayor Kelly washed his hands of the whole deal, and Mr. Lenahan might claim ignorance. But you're a jeweler. Now, you know you don't buy gold in bullion form. You lost your nerve and resold it to Mr. Blythe.
Well, I'm ready to take my punishment.
Well, have they all confessed?
Yeah, but you haven't proved your point.
Oh? And they're still respectable?
Well, Mr. Lenahan is the bad kind of politician. Of course, he never claimed to be respectable. Mr. Hamilton here is guilty of cowardice. He was afraid of Mr. Lenahan, Mr. Blythe. But Mr. Blythe is the only crook in the lot.
He admits that Mr. Chapin was only doing him a favor. Now, that's only one crook out of 5. That's pretty good for a town like Dodge City.
I'm deeply disappointed.
Fine. Now, let's take your case. You bought a gold brick that you knew had been stolen. And then out of sheer perversity, you set out to corrupt these men. Vicious, nasty pride. Taking revenge for fancied snubs or insults.
A good choice of words. And a terse summary of the case.
You see any reason why I shouldn't charge you with receiving and selling stolen property?
None whatever. Put on the handcuffs. A mere dramatic gesture, but the situation calls for it.
No, Wyatt. That gold brick is a phony. John didn't sell the real one.
Kate, please.
Here's the real one. So nobody's guilty of anything, are they? You can't put men in jail for messing around with $2 worth of lead and gilt-colored solder, can you?
Oh, handsome Marshal. You and I should have gone to Colorado.
That's enough. Mr. Hamilton, is this the real bullion?
It's a phony. I'd better test this other one with a drop of acid.
I did that when I bought it from Weasel Finnegan. You can trust Katie.
You gentlemen are discharged. Not you, Doctor. You owe a $25 fine for carrying a gun.
I won't pay it.
Well, I will.
Fine remitted. In view of Mrs. Holliday's cooperation with the law.
John, what do you say?
He's a fool. He believes in the human race.
Why do I love that man?
Well, Miss Kate, there's some things the good Lord will explain in due time.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
You won't draw Earp. You won't take a chance on killing her.
Please, Marshal Earp, he might...
I'm sorry, Miss Myra, but you've been reading too many dime novels. Mr. Larson, you ought to know there's too much of you to hide behind a slim little lady. But you go ahead and try it.
No!
Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien. Marshal Wyatt Earp had to deal with the women of the frontier as well as the men. Most of the women he met in Dodge City were realists. They knew that life was rough and men were often violent. But the 70s were a sentimental decade in American history, and Myra Malone was a sentimentalist. Dodge City called her the Wicked Widow, but it was her sentimentality, not her wickedness, which made her a deadly peril to Marshal Earp.
That's the second time this week that's happened. Both of them got slugged or shot near the widow's house.
Yeah. Well, the real trouble is that none of them even admit that they know Mrs. Malone.
Oh, they knew her all right, Wyatt. You asked me, they were sparking her.
Yeah, but we got no proof. Guess I'll have to go down there and ask some nosy questions.
Well, take me along.
Marshal Earp,
Yeah?
could I talk to you alone?
Well, who are you?
Sorry, I'm Ted Stiles. I own the Bar J spread. This here's a private and personal matter.
Well, fine. Now, Hal, you want to step inside for a minute?
I'm not scared, Marshal. It's just embarrassment. Read this note. It's a warning from some jealous idiot, but I want to keep her out of it.
Mrs. Malone, the dressmaker?
Oh, yeah, how did you know?
Come on over here and sit down, Mr. Stiles. Now, you're the third man this week that's gotten into trouble because of this young lady. The other two were winged near her house. You were lucky. You got a warning.
I don't understand this. Myra, Mrs. Malone said nothing to me about... I can't believe it. She's not that sort at all.
She's not, huh?
Mr. Earp, I've asked her to marry me. She can explain.
Just a minute. Now, Mrs. Malone may be entirely innocent. What about those two men that got shot near her house?
I just don't know.
All right, look, your life has been threatened. I think I better go out there and have a little talk with the lady.
Miss Myra? Visited by the town marshal? Oh, no. I'll handle this. I couldn't think of...
All right, then I'm going to have to hold you.
What?
For your own protection. Now, you stay here. Hal?
Yes, sir.
We're going to hold Mr. Stiles for an hour or so. Oh, he just came in from the trail, so get him some food and something to drink, will you?
Marshal Earp. Anyone in the kitchen?
No, they all left. It's safe to open up.
I don't see why you're bothering us.
Nettie?
Yes'm. Excuse me.
Take a chair, Mr. Earp. I'll be with you in a moment.
Thanks. But this isn't exactly a social call. You might pass a word that I wouldn't like getting shot at.
Now, really. You think I had anything to do with those incidents? Well, do you?
I don't know. Do you, you know Mr. Ted Stiles?
Ted, has anything happened to... That's just a cheap John Law trick.
Mr. Stiles received an anonymous note warning him that he'd be killed if he saw you again.
And he showed it to you. Well, tell him not to worry. I've got to finish this before bedtime, so if you'll excuse me.
No, I won't excuse you.
What?
Mr. Stiles looks to me like an honest young cattleman. I don't want anything to happen to him while he's in Dodge.
But I told you... All right. I'm a dressmaker and a widow. That makes me a suspect. I'm probably wicked and an outlaw.
I didn't say that, Mrs. Malone.
But that's what you think, isn't it?
Got a nice little house here. I'd like to see the rest of it.
Certainly not.
Why not?
You have to have a search warrant. You know that. Now, I'm very busy. I'll have to ask you to leave.
There's one thing that you ought to know. If anything should happen to Mr. Stiles, there's going to be a search warrant.
I like Ted. Where is he?
He's down at the jail. But I'm going to have to turn him loose. Now, your helper, Miss Nettie, I've seen her picture on a wanted poster. Isn't she Tobe Larson's girl?
More John Law talk. Good night.
Good night. You know, wanted posters tell their own stories.
Daddy. No. Get inside.
What's wrong? Did Myra...
Nothing happened. Miss Myra, I said for you not to worry.
I'm released?
That's right.
Thanks.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Miss Myra ever tell you what she was doing here in Dodge or where she came from?
She told me everything. In confidence.
Oh. Well, it's your problem.
Thanks again. Be seeing you.
Oh, Hal, would you give me the files on the Tobe Larson gang?
Yeah.
There's a girl, Nettie Barnes. Pinkertons have a picture of her on a wanted poster.
Oh, yeah, I remember. She was the first woman I ever saw posted.
Yeah, I guess that's why I remember.
Is the widow Malone the...
Two riders went down Front Street. Here, let me do that. Come on, sit over here. Did you know those two men?
Never saw him in my life.
What's my problem now?
You don't blame her.
Mr. Stiles, I try not to go off half-cocked. Come on, I'll get you the doctor.
He galloped out of town, Wyatt.
Yeah, I figured that. Al, I'll need you and two other deputies. Come first light in the morning. Got to execute a search warrant.
Al, you wait here. This is the first interesting job we've had in a long time, so why wait here, huh?
Just be careful you don't get yourself plugged from the window.
Hold your temper now. You can't let him search the house. I won't. He hasn't a warrant.
Good morning, Mrs. Malone. I've got a warrant to search your house.
Let's be sure. You can't search my room.
Now, take it easy, Miss Barnes.
Barnes? I'm Nettie Smith.
The wanted poster says your name is Nettie Barnes, close friend of Tobe Larson.
You can holster that gun, Mr. Earp.
Well, Ted Stiles didn't have a gun last night. He still got his hand busted up with a bullet.
That couldn't happen. They promised
Myra,
me.
don't tell him anything.
Well, Tobe Larson must be a pretty fancy dresser. Do you keep these around for masquerade parties?
Having male garments ain't a crime.
That'll do, Nettie. My room is next door. I suppose you want to search it, too.
Yes, ma'am.
This way, Mr. Earp. Nettie, clean up this truck and make that bed. Make a thorough search. Toss everything out.
You know it's against the law to harbor fugitives from justice, Mrs. Malone.
Fugitives from what justice?
State and federal law?
Yankee justice. Driving poor boys who fought for the South into the hills and woods, forcing them to steal for food, and then calling them outlaws.
Miss Nettie might say something like that, but I can't understand why you would.
My husband rode with the Larsons. Yank cavalry ambushed him in Missouri.
Killed him?
Murdered him.
That's where your guests sleep, huh?
You prove it.
Well, I don't have to prove it, Mrs. Malone. Nettie's a fugitive. You're harboring her. I could arrest you both.
Why don't you?
Because I like Ted Stiles. He thinks he'd like to marry you. Now, how do you feel about it?
I'm loyal.
Loyal?
Mr. Larson, the man you call an outlaw, took care of things when my husband was murdered. He gave him money to rent this house. Mr. Larson and his boys are real gentlemen. I explained all this to Ted.
You mean you turned down an honest man to run a hideout for Larson?
Myra, get down. Don't move, Johnny Law.
Don't be stupid. He's got deputies outside.
I'll take that. Miss Nettie, you can start packing.
Tobe and the boys will let us know when to move.
Look, you got a little common sense left. I'm trying to give you a break.
This hideout's no good now. We'll leave.
That's right.
Are you going to keep your deputies watching us?
No. Mr. Larson might misunderstand. Don't you trust a gentleman like Mr. Larson to trust you too far. Good day, Miss Myra.
We can't move, at least for a couple of days. Tobe is on the run, and he'll be heading here.
How do you know that?
The boys who took a shot at Stiles told me.
Are they still in town? We've got to get word to Mr. Larson and warn him not to come here.
Why?
He'd be riding into a trap.
Tobe and the boys aren't scared of Wyatt Earp. Tobe's a friend of Jesse James and Cole Younger. Oh, I'm sick of your lady baby act. I want Tobe to ride in here.
You want more bloodshed?
I suppose you had to do it.
Yep. If you'd take my advice, you'd forget Miss Myra and go on back to the Bar J.
That's given up mighty easy. I'm very much in love, you know.
Sure. With a girl that thinks Tobe Larson is a gentleman. A Robin Hood who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Oh, I know outlaws are victims of circumstances, and there, but for the grace of God, go you and I.
Well, that's partly true, isn't it?
First offenders, yes. But not when they make a profession out of it. Not when they hide behind the Confederate flag and talk sentimental women into helping them.
Yeah, I know. But I still think I can bring Miss Myra to her senses.
You haven't got that much time.
Why not?
Because they promised me they'd pack up and leave Dodge. I pulled all my deputies off just in case Mr. Larson should ride in and think Miss Myra double-crossed him. So what if he should catch you talking to her? Can you shoot left-handed?
I'm not very good with either hand. Thanks for the advice, Marshal.
You're going out there, huh?
Yeah. Haven't you done enough to square your debt with Larson? If it's the money he loaned
Now,
you.
Ted, please. There's some debts that can be settled by money.
All right. Where can I find the man? I'll go talk with him.
No, you won't.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I won't beg off from my duty or let you do it for me.
Duty?
Well, just call it being loyal. I'm sorry, Ted, but it just can't be.
It's the truth. I swear. You can ask Myra.
Get out of here quick.
No, if that's Larson.
All right, ask her.
Do I know you, sir?
No, Mr. Larson. This is Ted Stiles. He was just...
I think we could excuse you, sir.
You're in no danger from me, Mr. Larson. I haven't a gun and I couldn't shoot it. All I want is a talk.
About what?
Please, Ted.
Let me handle this, Miss Myra. I've asked her to marry me, but she thinks you'd object.
That's all it was, Tobe. Just sports like him chasing Myra.
It was a lot more than that. Women always do it to us. Myra and Nettie got the house searched by the town marshal. Now we have to move on.
Why? You ain't scared of a cowtown marshal and a handful of deputies.
I haven't time to explain.
Ah! You...
Hold it, friend. Take him out the horses, boys. She isn't hurt much.
Mr. Lawson, it's not you. It can't be you. Hitting her with a gun.
She was stupid. You better be smart.
Have you been drinking? What's come over you?
I was ambushed by Yank soldiers 40 miles east of here.
Oh.
I lost all my boys but those two. I don't feel polite. Understand?
Yes, I understand,
These
but...
little things? All right. Get up. We're riding. Well, get some lights.
But Nettie's hurt.
There isn't time. We can jab after we make a safe camp. Nettie can tell her troubles to Wyatt Earp. You go in the kitchen, get some grub in a bag, and hurry. Come on.
Wyatt, Ted Stiles ain't gonna leave with that widow.
Oh, he hoped she'd go with him.
Well, the 3 men with Stiles didn't look like Bar J people.
Now, what'd they look like?
I may be seeing things. They were about a half block away from him, but one of those strangers looked like Tobe Larson.
Better check that house again.
Where were they headed?
Oklahoma. Where else?
They know the country south of here?
Bushwhacker. He knows the trail. I rode it with him once in a miserable Kansas blizzard.
All right, Hal, you get her on over to Doc McCarty, get her patched up, and get her a hotel room. If I'm not back by tomorrow, organize a posse.
Well, Wyatt. He's gonna lone wolf it once too often.
Tobe will kill him. You better get a posse started right away. Who does that hick Marshall think he is?
All the tough men aren't on your side of the fence.
No dust, no posse. We'll rest the horses and have something to eat.
Why keep on with this, Larson? You don't need us.
That's for me to decide. Now light down, both of you.
I can't make out how a man like you thinks.
Don't even try, mister.
I've offered you money to call this off. I've told you Wyatt Earp isn't going to bother his head about us. He warned me not to see Miss Myra again. So, you've made a clean getaway, haven't you?
I guess so.
Then if I was in your shoes, I'd forget about hostages. Or whatever is in your mind.
You really want to know what I'm thinking, mister?
I sure do.
Women. That's what bellyaches me. I didn't trust Nettie. She was stupid. I thought Myra'd be loyal. Herb could have set a trap for me back there in Dodge. Myra knew he'd search the house. She let me ride in without a word of warning. I might have been killed, mister.
Don't blame me.
Why not?
I wanted to send somebody out to find you, but Nettie talked me out of it.
Nettie couldn't talk you out of anything. You weren't thinking about me and the boys. You figured to ride off with him.
That's not true.
She turned me down cold, Larson. Why, you must be sick in the head. Taking out your spite on a woman.
Is that fair, Sonny? I haven't touched her.
All right, let's drop it.
Certainly.
No, Myra, please.
He's not going to drop it. But turn him loose, Mr. Larson. He's no outlaw. He doesn't know what kind of people we are, how crookedly we think.
There. Assassin.
Oh.
I ought to...
No, you hurt him enough.
All right. All right.
water. Why isn't Spike bringing it?
He'll be back directly.
He's been gone 10 minutes. I'll get it myself.
No. Hey, Missouri, go see what's keeping Spike. Trouble.
Let me go.
You're walking to the springs with me. I might need you.
Oh!
Hold it. You wouldn't shoot a lady, would you?
Mr. Earp, get back. Wait for your men.
You can't hide behind her, Larson. She's not big enough.
Is he dead?
I just creased his scalp a little.
But you might have hit me. Oh, that's a rotten thing to say. I'm glad you took the risk.
Well, there wasn't much risk, Miss Myra. Well, Mr. Larson must have been reading too many dime novels.
Dime novels?
Yeah, you see, the outlaw usually hides behind a woman, so a gentleman will be afraid to shoot. Well, I'm not a gentleman, but I can crease a man's scalp 15 paces all day long with his old buntline special. Mr. Larson knew it was an easy shot, but I guess all those fairy tales about outlaws sort of addled his judgment.
Yes, I see. Oh, Ted's hurt. I've got to get some water from the spring.
Oh, I'll fetch the water, Miss Myra. You see, in real life, a woman muddies the mischief out of a spring.
Mr. Earp, I didn't think he'd help us.
But this is real life, so he did.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail, and none can deny it. The legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
আপনি কিন্তু দেখতে যথেষ্ট সুন্দরী একজন মানুষ, দেখতে বেশ রোমান্টিক, যেন শেক্সপিয়ারের নাটকের কোনো নায়িকার মতো। ভেবেছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনি তো পুরোটাই মর্মান্তিক। যে কোনো মানুষ আপনাকে দেখে মর্মাহত হতে পারে।
আমার হালকা হতে 1 মাস সময় লেগেছে।
আপনার 1 মাস সময় লাগে? আমার হালকা হতে তো 1 মিনিট লাগে।
আমার কাছে মনে হয় জীবনসঙ্গী এমন হওয়া উচিত যার সাথে আপনি প্রতিটা মুহূর্ত উপভোগ করতে পারবেন, সারাক্ষণ খুনসুটিতে মেতে থাকতে পারবেন, এবং তার মনে এমনভাবে বসবাস করবেন যে আপনার দিকে সে একটাবার তাকালেই বলে দিতে পারবে যে তার বেঁচে থাকার কারণই আপনি।
পথে চলতে চলতে, কথা বলতে বলতে, কখন যেন হলে আমার।
জানি গল্পে গল্পে মিশে অল্পে অল্পে আমিও হয়ে
যে তোমাকে পেলাম
গুটি গুটি পায়ে স্বপ্নের লাই আমি ভেসে গেলাম।
আপনি কি মনে করেছেন একজন মানুষ আমার জীবন থেকে চলে গিয়েছে এবং আপনি সেই সুযোগটা কাজে লাগিয়ে আপনার ফিলিংসগুলো আমার কাছে এক্সপ্রেস করবেন আর আমি সেটা হ্যাপিলি অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে নিব? এই হচ্ছে আপনার বন্ধুত্বের নমুনা?
রোদের পাখি তোর শহরে আমার মনের স্বপ্ন ঘিরে ওরে পাখি ওরে সারাক্ষণ তোর শহরে বৃষ্টি হলে ভিজে আমার মন।
Rồi bài cái nổ mồm luôn mà sự là khỏe đấy, nhưng mà thầy xây bài mình chia sẻ có Saza hả, có Rakan chuẩn không vậy? Át này, binh xong là át luôn mà. Sao có xin ra ấy nhưng mà anh đéo dùng rồi. Ui xét này. Xét đây là bài cảnh đệ đẹp đéo chịu được. Không sao thầy ơi. Bay cho thầy, quay đều, quay ui, con lắc rồi sao cút mày đi, xong rồi có át rồi. Thằng này đánh bài va vẫn. Sao ra còn bài đẹp phết. Định mạnh cái xét này, ui, bình điết. Xét là mình sẽ thiếu là một cái cung mà, cung một con Kizana hoặc là một con Nautilus để lấy cái thú tượng này cho in nào. Bắn cung không? Bắn cung lấy đồ cho át trước khi thầy. Ui, rồi xong nhặt nhầm đồ. Ha ha. What the hell man? Nhặt nhầm đồ. Thế mà cũng đòi lái xe. Đùa tao à? Đùa tao không vậy. Thế mà cũng một cộng một ending trồn ngủ không? Trồn thầy không? Cinderella này cút, có một cút, đéo hiểu. Nhặt ngu đấy. Ngu đấy. Rớt ở đây. Rồi xong. Sao có thằng này đây nhỉ? Thì vậy có ai mà lại có cái thằng này đây nhỉ? Đúng rồi. À, 14 rồi mà, cút. Nè. Xong. Chịu rồi, nhặt nhầm đồ, lỏ tắc ngủ nó mau nhỉ? Rồi xem đi. Thầy ơi, không bao nhận được cái gì? Có nhận không? Ở đây. Vòng quay may mắn, vòng quay vô cực. Anh 2 vòng à? Quay đều ra cái pet đỏ ấy đi, ra cái pet đỏ đó. Đi ra qua. Biết quay được vào pet Omega. Chịu rồi, tí vào lừa tao. Đi qua mà trồn, lại đi qua. Trồn tố bố. Đi trồn tao, đi xin à? Đi xin chuẩn không vậy? Rồi xong, bình. Xong, thắng. Không thắng. Suýt thắng. Quả phe bắn được phết nhưng mà suýt thắng thôi. Thầy bay tốc độ cao ấy. Bay tốc độ cao luôn.
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর, ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর। মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে।
আমারও মনে হয় কি জানেন, আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত।
এটা কি উপলক্ষে?
ম্যাডাম, ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন, তারপরে বলতেছি।
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয় এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার।
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে, ম্যাডাম তার।
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব, তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান
রুগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায়, আপনি তো উল্টো হলো কেন? আপনি কি একটু উল্টা?
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, যেও না বন্ধু আমার ভুলিয়া ভুলিয়া।
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে। ম্যাডাম আমার কপালে নেই, আমার কপালে আছে দাগ।
Lắp bằng số phát chết át thì mày qua là bạn góc kia chưa? Mày đi, mày đi, bố thắng. Đi gì? Đây rồi, đến được giao dòng rồi. Kiếm đồ xanh. Tốc độ cao vậy thôi, 130 quay thì số tốc độ cao lắm. Khiếp 3 thằng tốc độ cao đua nhau à? Anh sắp dừng rồi, anh sắp đến giới hạn. Tật quỷ đây. Đua nhau rồi chứ nhỉ? Sao nó bị nhường lên nhỉ? Đấy 415 này, lục mới à? 20 này, rồi new record. Bảo mà tận 430 quay. Lục mới tận 430 sử có ai vượt qua được. Có tiền à? Đây, add 2. Rồi đây. Rồi xong rồi. Một cái đồ thủ à? Rồi thủ tượng đi. Đâu có đồ. Thế rồi. Hết rồi. Chi cái xa này. Kéo dài. Là hỏi ý đây cút lắm ạ. Rồi, không phải thằng này. Ý đây cần phải cút. Thằng một con là 2 ạ. Add 2 không sao. Vừa đây add 1 sợ điết. Thằng Oan gửi đồ. Không sao, mình có hai bên 2 thú tượng mà. Ui, xét nhảy được ấy nhở. Xét 1 ạ. Hỏng rồi, thua thì đéo được. Xét vẫn sống mà. Đéo hiểu. Rồi, mình sợ gặp thằng này cút luôn quá. Nếu mà giết được nó gặp nó chắc cút luôn. Khỏe đi. Chịu rồi. Đánh vài năm, đánh vài xong đấu Long Vương. Sửa khỏe vãi, anh đéo đánh được. Anh gặp thằng anh thua luôn. Đi lao 3 hoặc là set 2 thì còn có cơ hội. Thấy là thật. Rồi cộng 10 perfect cho tao. Thằng cầm át nhỉ. Thằng này cầm một con át. Đéo ra át như ai. Cười rất chịu. Ngon thì lướt à. Anh gặp đi lao 3. Rồi gặp thằng này rồi. Gặp thằng ấy rồi. Kệ đi. Thôi anh bay tiếp, anh không quan tâm. Không quan trọng vụ nổ lớn. Đi đây kìa, sợ vãi. Ê thằng này xin xuống đây đấy. Rồi xong rồi, thua rồi. Đi rồi. Đi xin xuống.
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে। তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও। তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই করে শোধ করবা।
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো? শহরে কিন্তু দুইটা রূপ, রাতের এক রূপ, দিনের আর এক রূপ।
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর, গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বনে।
আরে ব্রো, সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে, কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না।
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে, একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয়া।
কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খুঁজে। বসুন।
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত, তাই না? আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে। তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ? কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো? কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে না।
পাশাপাশি তবু যাচ্ছি বিপরীতে, কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে।
হাই, ইউ লুক গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Quà sinh nhật là trai quỷ nhở? Mua được mà mình thua này mà may xong này vậy. Ok, đấy, lại về đây đã tự di chuyển, là thầy di chuyển, là thầy chỉnh hai bên là xong. Bình không ngoài, Bình không ngoài, Bình không thầy ơi, Bình không thầy ơi, Bình không thầy ơi, Bình không thầy ơi, Bình, ai á, chôn tao. M là nâng 50m. Nhanh lên tao. Từ từ rồi. Mặc thêm 7 Đấy. Chuẩn không nhỉ? Vài sự nhất đấy. Đấy là biệt. Dậy đi. Hay à, mảnh rất nhiều mảnh nha, rất nhiều mảnh nha. Cung luôn mà, thôi xin cái mảnh lấy đồ chỗ ăn vậy. Thêm cái giáp máu nữa. Kiếp, mấy cái mảnh cũng hết sạch mà. Anh lấy mảnh còn lại. Mày cho nhau, mày cho không? Mày cho anh không? Đừng chết nữa. Thằng Vũ đang nằm mà Dương. Chết. Đài. Mày không bay nhanh mà cái kia bây giờ có quỷ quá. Nhiều vì quất à? Ai à? 200 lap không? 200 lap. 200 lap. 95 à? 195 lap à? Tính nhà 100 lap đây. Wow. À đúng rồi. Nhầm. Yes. 65.
দরকার পড়লে একটা রিকশাওয়ালাকে বিয়ে করবো, তারপরে তোকে বিয়ে করতে।
তুমি যদি মরো যে আমি তোমাকেই বিয়ে করব।
দেখো দেখো বিয়ে এত সোজা।
আমার 5টা কন্ডিশন।
কয়টা?
5টা।
আমি জেডি সাফায়েত রমরাজন। স্যার এটা তো ভোটার আইডি কার্ড স্যার।
গাড়িতেই করবেন নাকি হোটেলে?
না না, আপনি যেমনটা ভাবছেন বিষয়টা তা না। হ্যাঁ আপনি তো করবেন।
তোমাকে দিয়ে হবে না, আমি জানতাম। শুধু শুধু সময় নষ্ট করো না
ভাই। আপনি তো অনন্ত দলিল না যে অসম্ভবকে সম্ভব করে আপনার কাজ। জিমি
কি হচ্ছে?
আচ্ছা
আঙ্গের একদম বইরা দিমু। যাচ্ছে সব বাইট কর।
শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে, শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে।
ভাই, যে বয়সে মানুষ গার্লফ্রেন্ডের কামড় খায়
সে বয়সে আপনি কুত্তার কামড় খেয়ে হাসপাতালে ভর্তি হয়েছেন।
Chuẩn không bro, 50k game. Cần thêm mấy, thêm mấy. Cần nhiều game không? Đấy, anh xếp chuẩn mà. Anh biết, chắc anh đoán gặp thằng này rồi. Thế rồi sao lên xếp con bạt điện. Bạt cứng đấy. Bạt sự cứng ấy. Nhưng mà góc mua la quăng à, phải đi rồi. Đấy chưa biết gặp thằng nào luôn. Giờ 4 thằng biết gặp thằng nào luôn. Rồi xong. Là có 4 thằng rồi. Dấu gì lên? Dấu ăn đi không lên 2 à? Chết nhau. Chưa. Có mỗi kiếm làm chí. Chưa. Chương 15 vậy block lùi. Thôi thua. Top 3 không? 4 không? Thằng này thua luôn rồi. What the hell, tao thua này. Top 3, top 4 à? 4. Nguyên nhà. Cứ phải phải đét. Rồi đi. I'm sorry. Ai trừ. Ngay ở kia trừ thế còn 9 máu. Cho block thế. Căng thế. Cháu bé bị lag à? Chuẩn bố. Rồi thầy rebirth đây. Bye bye broccoli. Rebirth là nữa nó cho gì không? Danh hiệu không? Anh cầm cái danh hiệu mới đấy. Vẫn là ace. Mấy thằng này là beginner. Mấy cả first block. Việt Nam mày sao đánh đêm với broccoli? Xin lỗi. Chuẩn. Từ từ vào check xem là bao nhiêu phút rồi. Từ từ xem nó bảo ngày bao nhiêu thì của hát. Chờ đấy ha. Trước ngày 10 tháng 7 nhanh về broccoli cùng tao. Vào đéo vậy. Sao đến to nhỉ? 12 à? Là 62 tiếng. À, đâu. Đúng 50 tiếng chứ, mình ăn đây đúng 50 tiếng. Phải không? Đấy nhá. Đúng rồi, 50 tiếng. Đấy. 24 với cộng 12 là 50. 48 với cộng 12 là 60. Nhầm. 60 tiếng là ngày 6 đúng không? 60 tiếng ngày 6 này. 6 tháng 7 này. Đây, 7 tháng 7 này. 60 cộng 3, 63. 63, 67, 68. 68 với cả bao nhiêu đây? 8 với cả qua là 69 rưỡi này. 69 rưỡi với cả 70 rưỡi. 70 rưỡi với 2 tiếng là 72 rưỡi. 72 rưỡi với cả 74 rưỡi. 74 rưỡi với cả đây À không, 7 tiếng rưỡi mới cả bây giờ. 74 rưỡi à? 74 rưỡi là còn 26 tiếng à? Có thua. Anh không đi. Quay xuống cho đầu một. Hôm nay mùng 10 vừa chỉ buồn đấy. Tôi chơi show đông. Tầm mùng 10 sắp có xong không vậy? 2 ngày à? Ngày chơi hát à? 1, 2, 3. 13 đi. What the hell? Ơ? Cái gì à? Ơ? Rồi. Có nhau đầy đi mà tao ghét này đúng gì có nhau thế thì nào ta thì toàn lâu quá bục lùi 900k. I'm sorry. Tầm mới làm lâu thực sự là không tiếng nữa. Trăm k không kiếm xịn này được xong kiếm xịn 700k ở đây được. Ok sự anh đi bớt liên tục ấy mà hết tiền vô rồi mày thích đi bớt lên tụi bóng. Gì của broccoli tôm bố à? Pha sự kinh khủng ấy, phải cần yes. Yes. Trèo thương mại. Chúng mình các bà mẹ xem nội dung trên mạng à? What the hell? Cho tao viết đi này. Thần tài à? Đừng thua nhà đéo nào. Vì phết nhà đéo ấn đánh thần tài sự quỷ quỷ ấy. Nhưng nghiện nó khác. Đéo xem. Mắt thì mình trong túi. Xin có cái đồ đéo gì cơ thì kiếm mà ngu thế. Logic khai rất nhiều quyền trợ nhé. Cút ngay lập tức. Đợi đâu Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Block luôn, chuẩn không? Block luôn. Là úp Annie này. Đây. Trốn nhỉ? Đưa ra Annie. Phải giao dịch kìa. Và chán quá. Về rồi cô nuôi. Chỉ vậy. Dòng tiền bảo tàng, bảo quản. Chỉ là cái này có gì. Yeah. 65 m. Nói rồi. Này mấy m kiếm ấy. Yes, block away. I'm back. Bro. Lâm bánh. Rồi được cái lâm bánh. Rồi nhiều xu ấy. Farm rồi đất. Block sự nhiều xu ấy. Binh. We also broccoli. Để tục về. Yes. Ủa. Vậy. Để trực tiếp. Chán mấy gì. Yes. Kiếm sĩ nhất chị phải không? Không, kiếm nhất khác. Cái cũng cầm 100 củ ấy. Nhớ là 100 củ rồi bạn. Rồi. Ta thread đấy mà. Thread 3 không gọi. Cái này có trang bị ạ. Cho gì? Được em. Này rất là xấu. Đó.